Yes, thank you very much, the Jiggy Man. For me this morning, I'll go for Chelsea. You know why? Chelsea have not learned their lesson. If you look at other teams, the teams that have spent this season, you agree with me that these teams have been able to identify where they have problems and they signed key players there. For instance, Manchester United. Man United knew that their midfield was in shambles with Schweinsteiger and Carrick. What did they do? They brought in Mkhitaryan and Paul Pogba. And of course, they brought in Zlatan Ibrahimovic to help with Rooney, Rashford and Martial. Now you look at Chelsea. What was their undoing last season? It was the fact that Diego Costa was out injured. And when he was injured, there were no goals being scored. Now this season, they bought Batshuayi, a version, or you want to say a slightly better version of Loic Remy. Loic Remy and Batshuayi, I can put them side by side because these two guys, they are like, players who, when you put them in a club and you expect big things, they don't show up. You remember Loic Remy was in Newcastle, scoring goals by the dozen. When he went to QPR, he was also scoring goals. As soon as he came to Chelsea, the goals dried up. That's what I'm expecting of Batshuayi. And even look at Chelsea, the defense line. Teams are spending, bolstering their defense. Chelsea have not spent. They are still hoping on John Terry, on the man called Gary Cahill. Can you imagine? Aspilicueta, when teams are buying John Stones, Man City buying John Stones, Man U buying Eric Bailly, and then they are waiting, hoping that John Terry will improve. How many does he want to give this season? We know what happened last season. For me, Chelsea will miss out. That's why they finished 10th last season. Why? Because the players are aging and the coach is a novice when it comes to English football. I can understand Jurgen Klopp. Jurgen Klopp has been there before. He knows the terrain. He has coached in England. But for Antonio Conte, this is a novice. A man who does not know anything about English football. So Chelsea will miss out.
Well, Chirozo, you're either a prisoner of hatred this morning or I don't understand you. You say they've not learned from their lesson. Who give them the lesson? Are you the lesson teacher? I don't know. But first thing you need to put into perspective here is that Conte don't change the system of play at Chelsea. So much so that even Eden Hazard, who used to hang in on the left-hand side, now have a roving role. If you look at the preseason games properly, you know that thing don't change. Secondly, not just because the defense was weak last season. That was not why they were continuing to go. The problem was that Mikel and Matic were not holding the fray in that midfield position. There was nobody in the base of the midfield to make sure say they protect the defense. This time around they have N'Golo Kante, and if you look at that thing, that is like bringing a better version of Makalele into the team. That one go ahead the way. Then this team is a traditional team that have the tradition of always playing in top four. Liverpool, when was the last time? In the last 10 years, how many times have they made the top four? You should consider that one. I don't think that Liverpool will go ahead of Chelsea today. Take my word for it. I will put anything on it. Now, so you deceive Chelsea fans last season. I told the banner, say they go win the league. They end up in 10. And then you talk about John Stones. Say somebody signed John Stones. You almost make it sound like I said that John Stones. Now I lead Leicester City to win the title. You truth of the matter, we say as good as John Stones, Everton still finished behind Chelsea. That is how good he is. So why would you want to buy a John Stones who could not lead Everton to finish above Chelsea in a season where Chelsea had their worst ever performance in history? So what are you saying here? See, anything you want to talk about between Chelsea and Liverpool, the team with a better chance and a better opportunity to go to the top is that team called Chelsea.
No way.
Liverpool.
You know what? Your club has come out to say this team is not my team.
Everybody says this. Everybody says this.
Jurgen Klopp, I know, will go a long way with Liverpool. He's already signed Sadio Mane. He's signed Sadio Mane. Oh my word. He will score goals.
Who's the defender? Who's the defender?
Jurgen Lovren. Jurgen Lovren is there. Saka is there. Oh, see, you